So I got a story for y'all. This is coming from a genuine place when I present the story to y'all. It's a story that you haven't heard. If you're a fan of X, if you're a deep fan of X, you haven't heard the story. So tune in because I'm going to be showing you some new information that you haven't heard yet about X. You can take it at face value, but before you watch this video, I just want to have a quick disclaimer for everyone who is still watching. If you believe in witchcraft, if you believe in esoteric knowledge, continue watching. This video is going to go pretty deep into the end, so we're going to see some stuff that you have to fully believe if you want to believe the story. The story is believable. There is a lot there that ties it all together. I'll present you all the information to show you that this is in fact a factual story. And I've done my research on my part too, so I'll present my research to you. I'll show you the story and we can take it from there. So let's go. So there's a lot of stories about X that happen around, like stories about X selling his soul in prisons, stories about the rituals at Bruno's house, but this is a story that I haven't really heard much people cover because it's been hidden deep in a Discord. Now, what Discord is it hidden in? Well, it's hidden in one of the top X Discords. I will have the name of the Discord up on the screen right here. This Discord right here is one that stems from X's teachings. Teachings of X around a new state of being. Now, the Discord is called Achieve Gekyum, and Gekyum means the next universe of thought or a different state of mind. This was said by X in this video right here.
I'm going to make up a new word, and the new word is Gekyum. I am in the next Gekyum of thinking. Gekyum. Gekyume. Gekyum.
So clearly X was trying to develop something new. He was trying to make us think a little bit differently and push us forward in the way of thinking. Now, how was he doing this? Well, he was doing this by the way that he was talking on different interviews and the way that he was talking in different videos to us. He was always trying to spread us positivity and show us a different way of thinking. This Discord attempts to do such. This Discord is a bunch of people who try to search for further knowledge, aka the Golden Beetle, which X also hinted towards. Now, if you're new to all of this lore, yeah, there's a lot of information. There's a lot here that we can totally discover and go deeper into, and yes, I invite you to check out my channel as I do cover a lot of these topics on here. But in this video right here, I'm going to try to keep it as brief as possible and to skim over those deep topics because I've covered them previous on other videos, but I'm trying to present you this new story that you haven't heard yet. So this Discord has been around for a while. They have been searching for this Golden Beetle for a while. They haven't conclusively found what it is. There have been different observations. I have shared my own insights, what I believe the Golden Beetle to be on this channel also. I'm not going to go into that in this video right here. If you are interested in what the Golden Beetle is, Golden Beetle is a whole different type of concept and you have to have a different state of mind in order to understand what it is, just because of the complexity of it and just because the overall outness of it. It's not just like a book. It's not just like an idea. It's something much more deeper, something much more real that you have to fully delve into if you want to understand it. But all in all, what I really want to say is this Discord has been around for a while. They have been shedding some positivity on that side. More so now, there hasn't been as much activity in this Discord as there used to be, but they have been doing a good job in overall teaching people a few basics of X's teachings. Now, I have been a member of this Discord for a while now, and I have been following the overall conversations that were said in there. My videos were also being posted there for a while, for a few months, and then they decided my videos were not positive enough for the community, so they took all my videos off of there, but it was up there for a while. And I appreciate them for showing it. I don't fully understand why they took my videos off because I do cover a lot of esoteric topics and a lot of positivity, so that's a whole nother conversation. But there is a story that's hidden in this Discord that I do want to bring to light today to all of you. I'm going to show this to you. I'm going to stop yapping and actually start going into the story. I just want to provide the backside to you to show you the legitness of this story, and it's not just fabricated, not just brought up underlying from nowhere to be seen. So I really like you to understand that this is a real Discord. There is actually context to this, and to keep in mind, everything I'm going to be showing is legit. It's real. I believe this to be real. I'll show you other evidence to also back up what I'm going to be saying. But yeah, there's a lot into this. So let's dive in, put on your thinking caps, and put on your believing caps. Let's go. So I'm on Discord right now. As you can see, there's a lot going on, but what I really want to tune into is that there was a member of this Discord who found out this information, so all the power to him. He was also a member of my own Discord, so I appreciate his looking into this and actually showing this to light. This is his username, just putting it up on screen just to show him appreciation. Now, where does this story stem from? Well, there was hidden knowledge apparently on this Discord where this user said that he wanted to show a new side of X that we haven't seen yet. He ended up getting this person into the Discord, this person's name being Clarity Bomb, into the Discord, and Clarity Bomb starts shedding a story of X that we haven't heard yet. Now, to give you a little context on X was into spiritual stuff. He's been talking spiritually on a lot of different interviews, showing his sides that he's into, such as astral projection and witchcraft, and I've also made a full video detailing every single book that X read. If you haven't seen that yet, I'll have that in the link below, and the thumbnail looks like this, but I made a full video detailing every single book that he's read, and if I'm being honest, like 75% of those books were witchcraft books. A lot of them were esoteric occult knowledge, occult meaning hidden. There were a lot more just like background knowledge that we don't really talk about in society because it's more like outlawed, but it's more sense like hidden knowledge that is represented through these books. And why I'm bringing that up is because this story gets deep into that as well. So basically, the story begins with Clarity Bomb, who is a friend of this other girl. Everything will be laid out, just bear with me for a minute. But this user, Clarity Bomb, who had affiliations with X, says, "It's really not that deep. Years ago, my friend was a witch who was friends with X. She ended up passing away. She was close with Xena the witch. I became friends with Xena after she died because that was both of our best friend. And there's a lot of lore and witchy stuff behind what happened, but I have nothing to gain from sharing, and if anyone's skeptical, then we don't have to talk about it." So that's where the story begins. This Clarity Bomb Discord user, who I'm unsure who this person is, but this person, who does have affiliations to X through a mutual friend, who I'll bring up to you, show you, says that X was with a witch. Now, underlying story, was X with a witch? Why would X be with a witch? What does that entail and how does that help us, and why are we watching this video? Well, we know that X has been with a witch in the past. I've made a video about the 76 jail calls. If you are new to all of this, please buckle up. This is going to be a long one. But the 76 jail calls are on the internet and they are in a Dropbox. And in the 76 jail calls, on one of the jail calls, you can hear X say that he did the deed with a witch. Now, what would doing the deed with a witch do? Well, witches have powers in a sense. Witches are more in tune with the universe. They're more in tune with getting their way with respect to rituals and with respect to talking to different entities. Now, if a witch wants their way, they can do this by doing a different type of ritual because they know a little bit more about rituals and they know more on how to get things that they want with a more different type of way than just physically doing it, more like mentally in a sense of doing a ritual, sacrificing something, or praying to somebody about something to get that. Now, here's the clip of X saying that he was with a witch, and you can hear it and you can believe it for yourself.
This witch, like she's like an actual witch. I had fucked a witch when I was in Oregon. She was telling me the universe loves me. Like, the chakra I see the most is my purple.
Obviously, I didn't use AI for this. This is all from that. You can fact check me on everything I'm saying, and it will all check out. So all those AI comments, please go away. So the Discord story that I'm telling you that you haven't heard yet, what exactly happens? Well, I'll read you what Clarity Bomb said so you can fully understand what's going on. And here we go. Clarity Bomb saying, "I met Xena in early 2016, but we weren't cool until her friend died post 2018. She's been in a lot of music videos. She's done a lot." A member of the Discord asks, "Did your friend ever discuss what kind of books they were potentially into?" Where Clarity Bomb says, "I'd rather just answer questions because if I get on here writing a novel about my experiences and get met with schizo liar, I'm gone." Now this member says, "Nah, you're good." And Clarity says, "Not books." She was extremely cryptic. Basically, the first time I ever went to her house was during a hurricane and sat on her balcony. And she goes into a story about her hooking up with X on the balcony in Sweetwater, which over the years has ended up corroborated by Sunny Story and Geneva tweets. So I realized, so this Clarity Bomb met this person who was associated with X back in 2016, and you can hear that she met her on a balcony where she mentioned that she hooked up with X. She goes on telling us more about herself, saying, "No worries, I'm a 31 Aquarius and I was born in South Florida. I don't know if she was into witchcraft before him or because of him, but I wasn't spiritually aware of anything at all until I met her. She gave me my first crystal, taught me moon phases, and I started learning at age 24. If we look at age 24, look at age 31. If she's 31 now and she was 24 back then, that was 7 years ago. 2024 minus 7, 2017. It all lines up with the story. It all lines up with the timelines. So another member of the Discord says, "Damn, so you've been into this kind of stuff for a while," where Clarity Bomb says, "Not until now. All this info coming out, did I kind of piece together? She was teaching me whatever he was teaching her, and he initially got that start from Bruno and other people around Santeria and Voodoo." So in a sense, she's telling us that X taught her friend how to do witchcraft and her friend taught her. So in a sense, it's like a chain reaction of X right here, then you have Clarity Bomb's friend, and then Clarity Bomb. I hope that visual helped you understand what exactly it is. I know I haven't been given the overall name because I'm keeping the name till the end to show you more further proof when you ask for the proof. So we'll get there when we get there. So Clarity Bomb says, 7 years, I know all my crystals now, full moon and new moon rituals, regular witch stuff. Yep, that was my friend Cherry. And the only reason it matters is because of the sex ritual she explained to me back then after it happened and why he was blowing up and the fact she died 2 weeks to the day before him. Like synchronicities and stuff started to come together. They were so loud, I thought I was losing my mind for sure. What is she talking about? Well, basically she's saying that her friend Cherry is the girl who I've been alluding to. The girl who was with X's name is Cherry. For those of you fact checking me and being like, there's no girl that X was with named Cherry. Well, yeah, there is. Her Instagram is this, cherrybomb.bitch. And I know that she was actually with X because a lot of X pages have been posting her a while ago. A lot of these X pages knew this stuff a while ago. We're just getting on this stuff recently, but all this stuff has been common knowledge for a while. We just have a story from one of her friends actually backing it up now that actually brings it into light and shows us the truth behind it. A member of the Discord said, yeah, X did do it on the balcony. And she says, yep, that was my friend Cherry. That Cherry was the one that was with X on that balcony in the story that X has alluded to in the past. Now, as I mentioned right here, she said that the ritual that she did explained to me back then how it happened and why he was blowing up. So could she be one of the reasons why X was blowing up? Well, let's look deeper into the story to understand what exactly this ritual was that she did with X in order to see if there's actually truth in it. Now the members of the Discord are saying that, yep, his death has a lot of weird stuff about it and that this is new. And she also mentions that Cherry died 2 weeks after X. Literally 2 weeks to the day after X died. How weird is that? A synchronicity. What is a synchronicity? Well, synchronicity is something that lines up way too perfectly to be a coincidence. It does seem kind of odd that it did line up like that. Clarity also says that Charity was shot at 4 a.m. while X was shot at 4 p.m. Also lining up at very weird times. So basically the full story is later explained in the Discord, saying basically Charity told me he invited her over to his Sweetwater apartment. And they did stuff on the balcony. Mind you, we were done, so don't be mean about it, but please. She didn't mind speaking bluntly or explicitly. So she goes, I swallowed his do you know what that means? I didn't know what she was talking about. I was very 3D in this world, like most people before you come across occult people. So yeah, basically she said, I ingested his duh, which is equal to blood, and since it is so soon after the Hecate ritual, jail Faustine deal, I have the power now. She was only 19 at the time, so now in retrospect, I'm sure this was the stuff he was telling her. Whoa, there's a lot of information here, let me explain it to you. So X basically took her on the balcony and did some stuff with her, and you can infer when I'm talking about the stuff with her. And she ingested a piece of him, which you can also infer when I'm talking about here, which is equal to blood. And since it was after the Hecate ritual, apparently he has the power now. This is all really strange. What am I talking about? The Hecate ritual? Well, the Hecate ritual is one that's been recorded on the internet about X selling his soul to Hecate. If you haven't seen that, I'll play a tiny clip of it. I don't want to play the full ritual to you. You can find that on your ones, or you can join my Discord if you do want to see it. I can send it to you there. I don't really want that on YouTube, but X did do a ritual while he was in jail, some Hecate ritual, where he did ask for power from an entity, Hecate. And you can see him reciting this and writing it down, trying to understand what exactly is going on.
Hecate, goddess of crossroads, darkness, witchcraft, wisdom, and the moon.
Tell me how to spell the name. Summoning.
The H word, H-E.
Darkness, witchcraft, wisdom.
Bring me freedom.
Okay. Protect me and bring me freedom.
Through this sacrifice.
Bring me freedom through this. Treat me as one of your own. Give me all that is needed.
Surround me in your darkness so that I can.
Now, after the Hecate ritual, which is also just a Faustine deal. What is a Faustine deal? Well, I did some research to explain to you what exactly a Faustine deal is. And a Faustine deal is a contract or a deal with the devil. It refers to the myth of Dr. Faustus, a German magician and alchemist who gained powers by selling his soul. How does it end for him in that story? Well, it doesn't end well. But in essence, a Faustin bargain is a pact where you give over your trades to supreme moral or spiritual importance in order for knowledge, power, or riches. So in essence, you kind of sell yourself short. You kind of give up on your own dreams. You give up a part in your mortal soul in order to have materialistic things or materialistic items. Now we know that X would get materialistic items in his life. He would reach a point where he did have things in his life where it was helpful for him. He did have money, he did have fame, he did have riches, and it was in a really short amount of time. It was in like a span of 1 year where he blew up. He blew up in that When he came out of jail, he was big, and all of a sudden he grew exponentially. And people say like, yes, he was just versatile, he was different, but there has to be a little bit more to it, because not everybody blows up after they do. And I know not everybody does music like X, but we have kind of clued in that there might be something more behind it. And when we get evidence like this, we kind of say, oh, it can't be true, it's not true. But what if it is true? What if this is one of the reasons why he blew up? What if this is one of the reasons why he reached the fame that he reached? I'm not saying it's the overall end-all be-all, but it easily could be one of the reasons why. He could have known what he was doing, and since he was with a witch who also wanted to understand more and learn more, he in a sense got with her and did some of this stuff in order to be like that. This is what Clarity Bomb is saying. That in essence, after the Hecate ritual, he got with Charity and performed a ritual with her, as I mentioned previously in the text, that helped him catapult himself to the point where he is. Now she goes on saying, especially post-doc, knowing Bruno taught him satanic stuff, he got these ideas from Bruno and he gave her those ideas and she was reciting them to me. Now who's Bruno? Well, I'm not going to go into the full overall on Bruno. I don't really want to give Bruno any clout. But Bruno, it was X's old manager, and we don't know, there's a lot of weird stuff about Bruno. I'll play a few clips for you guys who don't really know much, but this is some weird stuff about Bruno.
Sacrifice his girl's soul when he on top of his bed, because he has like the gates of hell pentagon drawn underneath his bed, and he sacrificed his girl's soul on top of the bed. When
yeah, like Bruno was doing like they were doing some weird shit. Even X, they were when
Florida has that, Louisiana has that shit.
Bro, crazy. I didn't know, because when I was living there, like, they wasn't doing that. And then I heard that, I was like, damn, that nigga. Yeah.
Crazy witch doctor.
Yeah, they were getting supposedly they got some of the girls and did like some weird shit, like
like they can
sacrifice, throwing blood. That's what I heard, and the girls started tripping.
Clarity has went on to say, and the only reason I believe her now is because whatever demons came to collect him came to collect her pretty much same time. And there's more conclusions on this, but I don't want to come off crazy. Now she also brings up Charity's Twitter and says she predicted her death. And Clarity also says that toward the end, I caught her reading Satanic Bible and doing dark spells, and I end up distancing myself because I didn't agree with that. If you know anything about Hecate, she values loyalty, and if you did that ritual, deal with her. Just go back and change, turn to God. Yeah, I don't think she would have been thrilled with that. So obviously, if X would have done a ritual with Hecate, and Hecate values loyalty, and X becomes disloyal to that entity could end that link with X and end his life and have physical things play out in order to take him out. So what can we get from this full story that I've explained to you? X did the deed with a witch. He taught this witch different things, and he also did a deal with Hecate. Now, him doing a deal with Hecate and him doing a ritual with this person, he ended up catapulting his career later. He ended up growing in riches, growing in fame. And what's weird about it is when he got shot, she got shot also. Now, is this a true story? For all of y'all still watching me talk about this, is this a true story? Well, it's only as true as you believe it. I'm not going to try to convince you that's a true story, but this Discord user did have to leave this Discord server and go on and do their own things. This Discord user's socials are unknown, they want to stay anonymous, and they were looking for no clout from this situation. They presented this story just for understanding ears, and I presented this to you today to show you, if you are truly understanding of what I'm saying, you may fully understand what I'm saying, and you may be linked with this too. You may be like, hey yo, I kind of vibe with that, that kind of makes sense. And if it does make sense, I'm happy I was able to bring that to you today. There's more to the stuff here, but none of it's really too important. That's the overall story that I did want to present to you. I think a lot of this stuff is weird. I think a lot of it's really mysterious, and a lot of it goes really deep and deeper than the surface. We love to think that we live in a 3D physical world, and yes, everything does seem really realistic. Like if I look around my room, like those lights seem really realistic, like these drawings, like these collages seem realistic, my vision board seems realistic, the autographs on the back seem realistic, I seem realistic. A lot of it seems realistic, but when you actually boil it down and you start seeing that things don't line up, you start seeing that, hey yo, it's much deeper than the surface, you start questioning stuff. You start looking a little bit deeper and being like, hey, yo, this is a little bit weird. And I think that's one of the things that just comes with life. You kind of, as you grow up, realize that things are just deeper than the surface. And maybe people do things in order to get to places in different types of ways. We see different stories going down too, and stories getting outlaid in society about these type of things. And I really hope that this brought light to you to show that, yes, X did do some stuff. Like, I'm not going to discredit him and be like, yo, X is a bad person for doing this. What I'm going to say is that this is a story about X, and you can interpret any way you want to interpret. I know a bunch of you haven't heard the story before, but all in essence, for those of you that did listen and for those of you that do understand, I'm happy you gave me the time of day today to explain to you a story that you haven't heard yet, and you gave me that trust to show you a story that you haven't heard yet. We know that there's so much more to life than just this. You have to control yourself first. It all starts with you. It all starts with you. If you want to make decisions like this, if you want to make rash decisions like this, be my guest. Go right ahead, but I love to just look at life look at yourself and take an alternate route. Take a route where you are truly in control of yourself. You are the master of your own reality. X chose a path where he wanted to catapult himself real quick. He wanted to catapult himself and reach that place that he wanted to be at. And yes, he did it. But what happened at the end of it all? Well, he got his life taken away. Like, I don't want to be that conspiracy theorist on here. I don't want to be the person that's like, hey, yo, X sold his soul and did this. But you have to think about this sometimes. You have to actually look at it, read it for what it is, and try to understand, is this real or is this not real? You guys can be the judge of it all. If you guys mess with this, thank you. Welcome. This is the Blue Vanity channel. I do have a Discord if you do want to discuss this kind of stuff. I will have more links in there. I can show you more things that I can't put on YouTube in there. So if you want to join in there, I'd really appreciate it. I'd be happy to have you in my Discord. Furthermore, I make a lot of videos on here. If you see this video right here, it's similar to this one. So I know you'd love it. First time seeing me, I'm Blue Vanity. Welcome to the channel. Please leave your ideas and your comments in the comment section below, and feel free to discuss it, and I'll be chiming into different conversations about this story that I showed you today. So I love you. Thank you. Take care.